Lok Sabha elections are coming up. So does the political satire. The political parties are digging each other's past in order to garner the votes. Hello friends, welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about Katchatheevu Island. And in this session, we are going to discuss the history and significance of Katchatheevu Island. So moving towards the points of discussion part. First of all, we are going to discuss the news, then we are going to discuss the location of the island, and then we are going to discuss the history and background of the island, and also we are going to discuss that what is the agreement present, and then how did Sri Lanka and civil war impacted Katchatheevu, and also what is Tamil Nadu's stand on this particular issue, and then practice question for prelims. And before that, you have to like, share and subscribe to the Drishti IAS channel. Moving to the next slide. Next slide is about the news. So in the introduction session, I had already told you that political parties are digging each other's past in order to garner the votes. And recently, Prime Minister has given a statement. In that statement, Prime Minister has said that Congress has casually gave up this Katchatheevu Island to Sri Lanka. So the country will never trust the Congress for this particular situation, and this Katchatheevu Island is not just the issue of whole India. In Tamil Nadu, it is a hot political button, and each election we can see that the Prime Ministers and the Chief Ministers are discussing about this particular issue. So this is the news we are going to discuss in today's session, and we should not just support, or we should not just focus on that what is the controversy related to the Katchatheevu Island. Being an UPSC aspirant, you should focus on that what is the history, what is the strategic location, what will be the strategic importance of this particular island. So we should not much care about the controversy, rather than we should care about the facts and figures. Moving to the next one. So next one is about the location, that where is the island of Katchatheevu located. So it is a 285-acre uninhabited speck in the Park Strait, and which countries are involved into it? So it is between the India and Sri Lanka, and here is the map. You can see that here is the island and here is the Sri Lanka and India, and also it is close to the Rameshwaram and Mannar Island. So this is the map. Moving to the next one. It is no more than 1.6 kilometer in length. It means it is very small, and width is just 300 meter wide. And where it lies? So it lies in the northeast of the Rameshwaram, about 33 kilometers from the Indian Ocean. So here you can see that. And then it is about 62 kilometers of southwest of Jaffna at the northern tip of the Sri Lanka. And it is uninhabited island, and here permanent settlement could not happen because of the lack of drinking water. So these are the geographical feature of Katchatheevu Island, and there is a shrine, Catholic shrine, in which Indian pilgrims and the Sri Lankan pilgrims also visit. And last year we have seen that around 2,500 Indian pilgrims visited that site. So this is the geography of the Katchatheevu Island. Moving to the next one. Next one is about what is the island's history. So the island history is relatively new, and it has erupted from the 14th century volcanic eruption. And after that, what we have seen that till that time Sri Lanka was ruling. In the medieval era, Sri Lanka was ruling this particular island, and it was controlled by the Jaffna kingdom of Sri Lanka. And in 17th century, we can see that a kingdom from India, and the control was passed to the Ramnan Jamindari, which is based on the Ramanthpuram, and it is about 55 kilometers northwest of Rameshwaram. And it also became a part of Madras Presidency during the British Raj, but in 1921 the controversy erupted between India and Sri Lanka, and through mapping and through survey it has been designated in Sri Lanka. But a group of delegation from British India has objected this thing, and since then the controversy had started. And why this kind of particular thing has erupted? Because they said that in 17th century, and since 17th century, Ramnath kingdom is ruling this area, and it is under the control of Ramnath kingdom. then how you can locate this particular island to the Sri Lanka. And the dispute was not settled after independence. Also in 1974, we can see that Indira Gandhi has come up with a solution, and in 1974 the dispute got resolved. So we'll discuss that how this particular issue got resolved. So what is the agreement now? So till 1974, this particular island was into the controversy, was into the disputed, but in 1974, Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister, has come with a particular idea or a particular solution, and she has ceded this particular island to the Sri Lanka. And under which agreement? So the settlement is known as Indo-Sri Lanka Maritime Agreement. So Indira Gandhi ceded Katchatheevu to Sri Lanka. And why she ceded? So the experts believe that, and the diplomacy believes that at that time it was not strategically important for the India, and also in order to win the support of the southern neighbor, Indira Gandhi took this step. So this was the reason behind ceding this particular island to the Sri Lanka. And then what had happened that since as per that agreement, the agreement is Indo-Sri Lanka Maritime Agreement, the Indian fishermen were allowed to fish in that area, but this particular statement and this particular agreement was misinterpreted by the Sri Lanka, and they had interpreted that they are allowed to visit the shrine, and also they are allowed to visit or allowed to just dry the nets and other things, not for the fishing. So this controversy did not stop in 1974 also, and the people of Tamil Nadu and all over the India has revolted and protested against this step of the Indira Gandhi. Then what happened in 1976? So in 1976, another agreement happened, and during the period of emergency in India, because at that time emergency was in India, there was a particular decision made, and that decision says that there should be the exclusive economic zone for both the country, and the both country could not interfere into the exclusive economic zone. But given the strategic location, given the geographical location, it could not become possible, and the uncertainty related to the Katchatheevu remain aside. So moving to the next one. Next one is about how did Sri Lanka's civil war impact Katchatheevu. So there was civil war in Sri Lanka since long time, and it is between 1983 to 2009. The civil war raged in Sri Lanka, and India has also interfered in the Sri Lankan civil war. And what had happened that during this civil war, there was a supply chain cut by the Sri Lankan. And earlier also we can see that after 1974 also the fishermen of India were going to the Sri Lankan territory, and they were trawling the fish, and so many things were happening. So bigger Indian trawlers were especially resented, as they would not only tend to overfish. So what happened that during that agreement 1976 and during the 1983 to 2009, when there was a civil war in Sri Lanka, they had completely restricted these kind of the activities, fishing activities in the Katchatheevu. But what had happened that had created lots of problem for the fisher person, because that was a source of livelihood for the fisher person of the Tamil Nadu and the people who are inhabited near the Katchatheevu island. So that has become a very huge concern for the livelihood and other issues, and that had also raised another kind of interference in the Sri Lankan civil war. And then what had happened after that, that since then so many chief ministers came to the Sri Lanka, and they had continuously asked for this particular thing, that why you have ceded this particular island to the Sri Lanka, and why the consent of the Tamilians were not taken onto this particular thing. And in 2009, the war with the LTT ended, and things dramatically changed. After that, things dramatically changed, and Colombo beefed up its maritime defenses. So after 2009, Colombo has come up with the different maritime defenses, and facing a depletion of marine resources on the Indian side, they would frequently enter the Sri Lankan territory. And you often heard about this news that right now this particular group of fishermen were captured or tortured by the Sri Lanka. So it's just because of the out of livelihood and because of the depletion of the marine resources, they were taking such kind of the steps. So moving to the that what had happened till the date. So till the date, what we can see that fisher persons of the Tamilian regions are still trawling and they still overfish, and the dispute remains same, and we can see various stories related to the torture and deaths of the fishermen, the disputes and controversy because of the trawling and overfishing. So this will be this thing. And coming to the what would be the Tamil Nadu stand on this particular issue, as I already have told you that this particular Katchatheevu island has become the hot political button in the Tamil Nadu region, and whenever any chief minister comes to the power or any elections are held, there will be the main agenda of Katchatheevu island, and they always promise to the people that Katchatheevu island will return to them. So first of all, what is their stand? So the Tamilians said that, Tamil Nadu people said that that this is not the agreement, and if you are taking any kind of the steps and in which Tamil Nadu people's livelihood are dependent, it should not be it should not be taken without the consent of the Tamil Nadu. The Tamil Nadu consent must be taken, and also it is related to the Tamil Nadu people's livelihood. And whenever you are taking any kind of such big and bold steps that you are ceding your island to the other country, then that should be a part of the constitutional amendment, and it should be through the constitutional amendment. So this is the present stand of the Tamil Nadu, and whatever the parties are coming up, despite of their political affiliation, despite of their political differences, each party have this kind of motive. And currently MK Stalin has also wrote letter to the Prime Minister, and they had asked about that we need to discuss on the key issues of Katchatheevu island, and they are against that why Katchatheevu island has given to the Sri Lanka, because they have this glorious past associated with the Ramnand kingdom, and they believe that it was under the control of Ramnand kingdom. It means that that particular island belongs to the India and the people of Tamil Nadu. So this would be the present stand of the Tamil Nadu, and we have also seen that Jayalalitha has also took this matter to the Supreme Court, and she has consistently asked about the livelihood of the fisher, and also discussed about the torture and death of the fishermen who are trawling to the other region. So because of this thing, Tamil Nadu is in the favor that Katchatheevu island belongs to the India. And what had happened, that center has a uniform stand that if they had ceded a territory, they cannot take back randomly. And the second thing is that the current ruling political party BJP has not done even significantly to this area and to this particular issue. So this is also the issues. Maybe sometimes it seems that political parties are using it as a lip service, using it as a political tool in order to win the support of the people, especially the support from the Tamil Nadu. So this will be with the practice question for prelims. Consider the following statement regarding the Katchatheevu, and the first statement is it lies northeast of Rameswaram, and the second statement is there is no source of drinking water on the island, and here they are asking the correct statement. So kindly answer in the comment section. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.